think lumabas na isang report that you are resigning or planning to resign as executive dahil nga doon sa pressure sa inner circle ng Marcos administration.
Yeah, even the messages that I got this morning, essentially what they said that I have resigned. But as you know, you made this courtesy call. I'm still here in my office. That's why I said, tinitingnan ko yung mga itsura ninyo kanina kung meron kayo, para kayo nakakita ng multo. But I'm just here. I hardly go out of my office. Probably that's one, I don't know how the rumor started, but all of us in the cabinet, regardless of the portfolio that he or she is holding or handling, I think it must be clear that the moment he or she accepts the nomination and request coming from the president, by the president, to help him serve and run the country, I think automatic yun. The moment you said yes, automatic na rin, na tinanggap mo na rin na anytime you will be asked to leave. But until that happens, then you stay. Di ba? Hindi naman one way yung pagtanggap mo, na pag tinanggap mo, that's it, no? Pag tinanggap mo, impliedly written na yan sa agreement na yan, that anytime you may also be asked to leave. So, malinaw dito sa present administration and all those serving under President Marcos, that the moment the President asks you to serve under his leadership, it goes without saying that there's no permanence.
Pero sir, ano yung magiging reason para mag-resign kayo?
Who?
Kayo po.
Me in particular?
Yeah.
I don't want to think about it, but of course, for health reasons, of course, family reasons, but other than that, that's why I'm saying I don't want to think about those reasons, because I do not want to get sick. I don't think any one of us here would want to get sick. And the moment you cite that as a reason to your employer, something must be seriously wrong with your health. And I wish you all well. I hope you wish me well too, health-wise.
Sir, pakiclarify have you read the online article about your alleged resignation? Can you clarify yung mga allegations doon, yung about sa 100 billion pesos issues and your relationship with certain religious group?
Oh, well, honestly, I haven't been reading those news, whether positive or adverse or neutral. So hearing it from you, maybe you can expound further so that I will have an idea on the exact content of what you're asking me now.
Sir, based doon sa article, sinasabi na nanghihingi daw ng 100 million para magkaroon ng possession, and I think ang nagsumbong sa kay PBBM is INC.
Sino nagsabi? There again, what I have just mentioned and intimated to all of you early in our conversation, we cannot be held to explain on something na unverifiable or chismis lang dahil we do not want to end up explaining on something that did not be explained. The amount is fantastic, demanded by whom from whom, and you also mentioned the INC. What about the INC?
Sila daw yung nagsumbong, allegedly.
I think it's unfair for our friends and members of the Iglesia ni Cristo to be dragged into, again, chismis. As you know, we are being followed and hounded by fake news as early as the campaign. And I think it will continue that way for as long as he is the president. And do we have to explain? We will only explain things that are coming from verifiable source or sources. But I know you understand too, if it's a fake news or bordering on chismis or marites, I don't think it is proper for anyone, whether a government functionary or an ordinary person, to be asked and made to explain. Ang dapat siguro magpaliwanag niyan, go to the source, sino nag-post niyan, ano ba ang sources mo niyan, pakipaliwanag mo nga. And if he or she or they can establish some degree of credibility or some degree of authenticity on what they have posted. And maybe that's the time you can ask us to explain as well. But without those basic, without those baselines, I don't think we can make, and we should make anyone explain, again, whether government functionary or ordinary Filipino citizen.
Okay nga.
Sir, preparation lang sa SONA. SONA na lang. Siya na lang. SONA.
Ay, sige,
What
sir.
about?
Preparation
Yeah.
sa SONA. Opo, what to expect na lang, sir?
He's the one writing his SONA message, and he will be very busy. Yesterday, we tried to relax already his schedule so he can write, but ang dami pa rin mga trabaho. But and this morning, we have just the two ambassadors, the ambassador of Thailand and ambassador of the United States, presented their credentials to him this morning. But this afternoon, he has devoted it until the weekend, until morning of Monday, to finalize his SONA message.
Mga ilang pages, sir, ang kanyang speech? Meron naman.
Walang, it's a moving, it's a work in progress. It's a moving thing. It's I think it's too premature to say right now that it's on its X number of pages. Wala pa gumagalaw pa.
Secretary, meron po ba kayo kahit
Highlight.
general themes?
The general themes, you can also get it naman from all the that's happening for the past 3 cabinet meetings. It's all about our economy, the economic plans, with the face-to-face opening of this coming school year. It's all about COVID response. And when we speak of COVID response, it's not only about health. It goes all the way to the entire cycle of economy. You go not just health, you go to economy, you go into education, and so on and so forth. So yun, pagtutuunan din ng pansin yun, and related, intrinsic, and very much related to the COVID response and opening of classes is, of course, yung digitalization. Not just in with respect to the education and the students, but also with the way things are being run by in terms of governance. He wants to see a digitalized governance and digitalized PBBM administration.
Are we supposed pati food security mababanggit ni President?
That's why he took head-on the portfolio of the Department of Agriculture, because he is aware of the impending food price crisis and probably food supply crisis. But for now, we are really confronted with the food price crisis. For the supply, except for the supply chain, I hope we will be, under his leadership, we will be able to institute measures to mitigate its impact on us.
So it will be recovery, food security, and
Yes, because it is his thrust, it is his vision for us not only to have food security, but food sovereignty. Meaning we don't have to rely on much importation anymore. If we can feed ourselves as a nation, and if we can feed ourselves as Filipinos, I think we are on our way to where we want to be, much like where our neighbors are.
yun na.
Sir, last na lang. How about minority bill, sir? Meron po ba? May babanggitin po ba si President?
We'll wait for his SONA.
Sir, isa pa, may LEDAC meeting ba sa PBBM? LEDAC, sir?
Yeah.
Magkakaroon ba siya? Meron ng schedule?
Well, wala pang schedule. But again, all our efforts are now geared towards SONA, understandably. And after that, we will do all these things, the LEDA, we have to look into the budget. And he's given by law 30 days from the opening of Congress to submit his budget proposal to both houses of Congress. I mean, to Congress.